This update is done on the 14th of March to show from my flat how things are looking before this is all going to be knocked down in June 2026. There's next door's balcony. Looking down to what was the Tesco's up until about 2022. I can only leave that window a certain amount. But see those great big flats up there, further down King Street, and they started selling them off about a year ago. There's 3 big blocks actually, one slightly hidden out of the way maybe, but they're opposite the cinema anyway. And my next update is due to be when I walk around this area, but I want to show the view from the flat because this will look totally different in a few years time to what you're seeing now. And just come back to inside, give you an idea on how it looks outside. The Beds R Us relocation is an odd thing because they're not confirming when they're moving. Seems a bit strange why they're not confirming it. That's it really from inside my flat, how things look. Hi Greg, this is just entering King Street with regards to Newmarket where I live on the corner. It's in fact the 15th now, a day later from when I showed you from the flat. As I decided to pick a quieter time, we're saying, to just do the walk around. So here it is, how it looks. And what I do first of all, before coming back in the high street for a bit, down here is actually Nicholson's Lane. Which is all, of course, all going to change as well down the spit. But what's worth pointing out down here, I should point out I've never actually walked down here before, is basically that this entrance here used to be for a place called Smoky Joe's nightclub, which was underground, and it closed down, I don't know, a few years ago now. And here's the back of actually Robert Dyas inside the precinct or shopping centre. So now to look out back towards the high street. And here it is, the corner, which is going to change significantly. And from here we have a barber shop, which moved a few years ago, taxi place. The new blocks in the distance, so they're actually going to be what it's going to look like roughly. It's going to replace the shopping centre here, plus with other shops and things as well. later on I'll come back to the subway to show the view looking towards it, the shopping centre. So we're comparing the difference again, looking ahead years later on there. And there, of course, the windows there for the former Tesco's. And went up to about 2022, then closed. And over in distance up there, that's where the Costain building was. I worked there in 1997 to a few months doing a cleaning job. And that's where we're in the precinct as well, to enter the actual building. Again, I did point out before, the door came out to the car park level, and there's about 4 levels of that. In the meantime, these boards here were originally just a few tiny shops. So, the next update to follow in just a moment. So now just up to the next part, King Street, for the cinema. And it's amazing how tall these buildings are actually when you're close up to them. So anyway, this is going to be a look back to where all of that's going to change entirely. But I'm expecting, as I mentioned before, or have now anyway, this building Costain is probably going to be the first to go because it's a major part to demolish from June 2026 onwards. All of this will be boarded up and gradually go. I think the problem is though, from my flat, it'll all be covered in this white material and I won't be seeing much to make it worse. I'll cross over to the car park next. Now here was the entrance to what was roughly 4 stories, the Broadway car park. It was knocked down a few years ago, I don't know, roughly 3. Then they closed it off. Then about a year ago they decided to reopen it to use as a temporary car park. And that's actually where the cars used to go up on the levels. So here's of course where they originally come in and out, and there'd have been a man there to help if you had a problem with the barriers. But it's rather strange that they actually left this one little bit here which went up to the levels. So then there was the entrance to the office building. So this is the view, having gone underneath the subway and looking down of course my road, King Street, to how it is currently looking. But in a moment I'm just going to come back underneath the subway to show how it looks with regard to going underneath the subway, which is just over in the distance there. Now just going through the subway, and there's a car park underground to where I live, and the Rose pub on the corner. And mainly here is how it looks out currently in March 2026. So the next view is due to be walking around the actual shopping centre itself.